Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daisy Dream Team. It's so many things have happened in the last months that it's time for a new presentation. So Eva is going to do her magic again, telling you everything about all the updates, while I'll just smile and sit and enjoy this conversation.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Also from me, Eva here. And as you know, 2 years ago, or just over 2 years ago now, Jiva and I came across Daisy Opportunity, and it pretty much changed our lives. And not just ours, but also quite a few friends and family are very happy that they were with us from the beginning. Our goal for today is to make a really easy to understand overview, to update everybody that's already in, and to also make a presentation that's like a basic presentation that you can share with others. And we will link more detailed presentations which dive deep into aspects of trading and so on for those who want to explore more. So, everything is in one place. I will be doing the explaining, but of course, as you know, Jiva is always there for anybody who potentially needs some help with the technical things, because her patience is far, far bigger than mine. I like to talk. She likes to help people patiently, and, we're basically the sisters dream team, as you know. As you can see on this picture, we've just come back from Dubai. Jiva and I took our kids to the D.AI.SY event. And what I would like to talk just briefly about is actually, yes, we're all here to make money and we want to see how we can do that using this Daisy. But in this 2.5-year journey that Jiva and I took together, probably one of the most interesting things to observe was our own limiting beliefs and the emotions that came up when we were discussing money. We've had this also with quite a few lady friends and so on. And I truly am convinced that if we are aware of it or not, most people that are really poor stay poor because deep down somewhere subconsciously they believe that they do not deserve more money. I've spoken to many leaders in Dubai, and they all come to the same conclusion. Somehow our education, our system has embedded in us this deep belief that money, makes people bad, that money destroys the world and so on. And that's what's allowing a very small percentage of people to become crazy rich these days, and the vast majority of people to be hardworking people who are paying taxes. So let's just, allow ourselves to be open to new ideas, new opportunities, to think out of the box. Like that's the reason why we took the kids with us to Dubai, to allow them to see, what's going on in the world, to share in the joy and the success of people coming from all walks of life, and to basically think, where do I want my life to be taking me? And it's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight. Old habits, we've cultivated them for a long time, and beliefs, so they come out and we still compare and we still compete. And we come from the, lack mindset as opposed to abundance mindset. But with practice and with the help of the community which we are creating, and that's the reason we are creating the community, so we can support each other, I'm pretty sure that we can take the vision of our three amazing founders, Jeremy Roma, Edward Kempton, and Ilya Manin, and all the partners of Daisy Project that are all people with, well, they have really, really advanced brains, but also amazing hearts. And we want to change together lives of millions of people around the world. Of course, there are no guarantees. When you're in a high reward ecosystem, it's always associated with high risk strategies. So this is, of course, not financial advice. We are sharing our story and our belief that we've come across an amazing chance, an amazing opportunity, and just want to share that with you. And then it is up to you to make an informed decision and decide what's the right course of action for you. Yeah, we've created YouTube channel, we've created a lot of resources where you can dive deeply. And if you decide to, Google search MLM reviews, before you say, yeah, this is not a scam, please just scroll down to the bottom and have a look. Is the person who is saying this is a scam actually signed? Because they're not ever. I haven't found one yet that says it's a scam and has a signature at the bottom. Are they actually allowing people to comment and disagree with what they're saying? Because also that, usually they just literally wipe out any comment that doesn't say it's a scam. But I'm not, asking you not to go and check them out. I'm just asking you keep your mind open and ask yourselves what is their agenda when they are saying something that does really appear today to be too good to be true, and wants to change lives of millions of people around the world. Why do they not want this project to succeed? And usually you will find that they're trying to sell you something else. But that's all I'm going to say on that note. We don't want to hear back about any of those reviews. We've looked at all of them and I'm fed up with them. If you want to believe them, it's your choice, it's your life. Just don't tell us in, 2 years, why didn't you tell me, or why didn't you push me harder? On that note, let's just actually dive into the presentation. What exactly is DAISY? DAISY stands for Decentralized Artificial Intelligence Systems, but we actually call it a business community with a limitless future. The reason we say it's a business community, it's because DAISY is actually a venture capital raising opportunity for the masses, meaning it's a decentralized equity crowdfunding platform on blockchain, which is 100% built on smart contract. And that basically means, or smart contracts, because there are many of them. And that basically means that it's 100% transparent. It means that it is immutable. It means that everything that's promised is executed within instantly. So it has the huge advantages of decentralization, meaning that no human intervention is possible. It's in a way very similar to venture capital financing, but venture capital is reserved for a few individuals that have very, very high net worth. Today, we will see much, much more equity crowdfunding decentralized projects, because there is a huge advantage in not having an investor in your company who gave you a lot of money at the beginning, then also wanting to make decisions of how you run your company. So if somebody has an amazing vision and they believe strongly in their vision, they actually will prefer to have a lot of small individuals who share that vision, go with them and take it to the world. So currently, DAISY is crowdfunding Endotech for the development of the DAISY artificial intelligence trading. We will also see later on that this is not the only project, and that is actually the vision of DAISY, that it will always have new opportunities presented to the people who decide to be part of this community. In the Endotech project, crowdfunders receive equity of Endotech. So we actually become part owners of Endotech just because we believe in their vision, and we are at the moment helping them make that vision into reality. And we are also rewarded in real time with the trading results from when they are testing their strategies in crypto and in Forex. And basically, like I said, DAISY leverages the power of community to back different breakthrough financial technology projects using a business model where everybody wins with profits, equity, which is the most important part really, and income. So what has DAISY done so far? It's pretty much done had an amazing 2 years. We are now a community which is over 191 members strong. We've had over 2 million transactions on all the smart contracts. Up here, you can actually see the address of the main smart contract if you want to go and check what I'm saying is all correct on the Tron blockchain. We've raised over 300 million in contributions. We've paid out over 200 million to the community members, both in trading profits and in rewards. Forex AI launched in April of 2022, whereas crypto AI launched in January of 21. And like I mentioned already before, in my opinion, this project has the most amazing founders that really want to change the world for the better, and also amazing community that is all helping one another. It doesn't matter where you are, from which continent you are, which, you know, Lego structure, whatever you are in, we are all doing this together. So let's talk about the D.AI.SY AI. It's a decentralized artificial intelligence system being developed by Endotech, a breakthrough artificial intelligence company, or fintech company actually, funded and led by Dr. Anna Becker. Gilles and I heard about her from some very high-profile individuals working at Josef Stefan Institute in Slovenia, which is one of the top global research institutes on this field. So for us, that was actually the tipping point that we decided we wanted to jump in on this opportunity, because if a person of this profile is behind such an opportunity, it kind of makes you feel much safer. So D.AI.SY AI is actually the next generation of artificial intelligence trading, with the goal to actually create #1 AI trading performance in all major markets, that is crypto, forex, commodities. So Endotech has a strong track record. They've been around for 12 years, and they've developed the AI backbone for over 150 investment firms across the US, Europe, and in Asia. And Dr. Anna has actually been a pioneer in this, the leading scientist for over 25 years. So, you know, she has probably the strongest AI and financial technology background of any people in the field right now. Her publications and machine learning systems have been distributed and integrated into many of the leading AI financial circles across Europe and America. Let's look a little bit more into Endotech. When we started this project, Endotech was evaluated at 200 million, and since it's 10 times that, so in 2 years, the evaluation is over 2 billion now. And don't forget, we mentioned before, if you participate in the crowdfunding part of this project, you actually become part owner of this $2 billion company, because you will get equity for your contributions. Endotech was founded in 2012, and it is the first true service as a solution company in the field of AI-driven automated trading. These are all new trends that are shaping the future of how business is done. So I know they probably sound like, what is she talking about? Believe me, when I first heard it, I felt the same, but this is where we are going right now. So we are at the front edge of new technology. IPO, so initial price offering, is scheduled for 2023. After Dubai, we are thinking that it could already be in summer, but of course that is to be confirmed, because it's not that they decide when to do it, it's when, you know, all the legal requirements are met, when all the licenses are met, and so on. But yes, the target is within this year. And we are crowdfunding to achieve a 500 million assets under management fund, which Endotech is then using to test their algorithms. Currently, we are providing AI trading systems for the top financial, or not we, Endotech is providing top financial institutions and hedge fund managers and accredited investors with their own AI strategies, but these are the previous version of strategies. The new ones, D.AI.SY is developing, and at the moment only the D.AI.SY community is actually seeing the results of this development. And they are audited quarterly by one of the big four auditors in the world, Ernst & Young. They have a proven track record of very high performance results, and you can actually check all their strategies and pretty much live trading, not like live trading, but everything is shown with a 24-hour delay. On the web page, they also publish all the strategies in the Telegram group, so everything is 100% transparent and you can always check it out. What exactly does equity crowdfunding mean? Let's dive a little bit into that. So it allows us, you and me, to contribute to the development of Endotech, trading AI and receive profit, rewards, and equity in return. Basically, it means that masses of people are allowed to contribute small amounts of money and be part of something that in the past has literally only been reserved for extremely wealthy people. At the moment, we have two contribution categories, crypto one and Forex. Or actually, we can right now also contribute to both at the same time when we decide to join with Tier 1. We have 10 different contribution levels, which we call tiers, for each category. And it starts at 100, but as I mentioned, when you do the first contribution, you're actually contributing to both of them. So at the moment, the contribution starts at 200. 50 to 90% of your contribution, depending on the tier that you're contributing at, goes directly into live trading for the purpose of testing and development. So we are not investing, we are contributing, and we are supporting the development of this AI. 70% of the trading profits, when they are made, are rewarded back to the contributor. So whenever profits are generated with your contributions, you get 70% of those profits, whereas 15% go back to the community and 15% goes to Endotech for as their performance fee. Contributors are also rewarded with their share of 5% equity in Endotech prior to going public. This means that 5% of the total Endotech shares will be distributed amongst everybody that contributes until then. Depending, of course, on how much you contributed, you get your share. Okay, in Dubai, less than a month ago, Dr. Anna shared the latest development of the AI, but before she dived into that, she actually gave us a little bit of an insight of how the markets work, because that's basically what the artificial intelligence is trying to figure out. What is, the battle that's going on between the buyers, which in crypto or in trading you call the bulls, and the bears, who are the sellers. The whole thing is basically, the buyers, what do they think the price is, and the sellers, what do they think the price is? And it's a battle between them. And if the sellers think the price is too high, they will be pushing lower. And if the buyers think the price is too low of any asset, they will push higher. And of course, it's literally this battle going on that Endotech and their artificial intelligence is trying to figure out exactly how. And one of the conclusions that they know for sure is that markets are rigged. So it means they are in favor of the rich, making them richer, and manipulated and unfair for the small investor, because the richer will always have an advantage. But the most important thing is they are not random. And if something is not random, you can figure out how it works. And that is what the AI is here to do, or that is what they've been trying to figure out and teach the AI for the last 2 years. It is actually possible to study and understand the markets. And when you do that, you can make them serve us. And one misconception that people often have is that price equals value, but price actually equals value and the behavioral finance. And behavioral finance is a term that we use to describe, the different factors that are influencing this value, which then reflects in the price. And what Endotech and Dr. Anna and her quant scientists have managed to figure out is they've developed AI experts. There's over 40 core ones, and there's 40 core ones and an additional 10 that are not so common. And they've literally trained each one of them to be an expert in their own field. And we're talking here everything from, technical trading, things like candlesticks and resistance and support lines and, Fibonacci and whatever, to then also things like, the economic factors, to things like, what's going on social media, to pandemic. Basically, these 50 experts are feeding the information into the decision-making AI, which then can predict, when is the market likely to go up, when it's likely to go sideways, or when it's likely to go down, and then, of course, act accordingly. Because if you have a holistic approach and you take in 50 factors, you can actually they have managed to very well predict now what is going to happen, and have cracked the market volatility code, which is something that when we started this project, pretty much every expert thought was impossible. So that's why we had the ToldYouSo event, because, we did say it's possible. Well, not us, but they said it's possible and they've done it. Let's look at some historical performance so that you can also see that this, obviously, they've cracked it. Here we can see weekly performance. It's not completely up to date, but you can see that the range goes from anywhere like over nearly 11% in a week. 1.6 is, I think, the lowest we've had in a week, but on average it's about 4.6% per week profit. We're talking 5 days trading from Monday to Friday, which is astonishing. And it is literally only possible because they've done the impossible. They have these experts that can figure out how the market is going to behave better than any trader, because traders are influenced by the emotions. No matter how much they are skilled, they're still humans and they still have emotions. And no trader can process the amount of data that the artificial intelligence can process in the shortest amount of time. So they will, with the right information, outbeat the normal traders. And I think the results are showing exactly that. We have here just a monthly summary for every month. So April was 14.71%, May was 20.71%, June 27%, July 12%, and so on. A total of 695. I think right now we're already at 725 or something like that. But what's really important here is that this is compounding, meaning that if you don't touch your money once you put it in and you leave it there to compound, then of course your profits turn out to be much bigger from month to month than the real monthly profit is, because you are trading with more money that you left in from before. But on average, we have around 21% monthly return, which again is something that we are extremely proud of, to say the least. And because of that, we are pretty much ready for phase 2. And what does phase 2 mean? Well, in phase 1, which will finish on May 31st of this year, most likely, again, as I said before, all the requirements for phase 2 need to be fulfilled by that time. But in phase one, what we were doing is basically proving the concept that you can put together smart contracts, blockchain technology, and crowdfunding, and turn that into a very good system for funding research and development of Endotech. In this phase, we crowdfunded for research and development. We are only able to withdraw the profits, but everything that we built is staying is moving with us onto the next phase. And what does the next phase bring for us? Well, we will be, let's say, marrying it with the legal system and with the all requirements of the financial world, and it will we will create an investing licensed global DAISY fund. So this means that we will no longer have to, be careful that we don't use the word investing, because we will actually be investing. Right now we are crowdfunding. All this will be globally licensed, so you will be able to share it with friends all over the world. Right now, certain jurisdictions are not allowed to participate, but it will also require KYC, so know your customer. It means you will have to identify exactly who you are, where you live, and so on. Whereas in the phase right now, that's not necessary. It will also mean that the funds in the hedge fund are fully liquid, means if you need your money, you can take out everything you've put in and all the profits. At the moment, you can only withdraw profits. You will be able to put in any amount. At the moment, you have to go via the tier structure. So, tier 1, 100, tier 2, 200, tier 3, 400, and so on. Here you will be able to say, I don't know, I want to put in $5,007, and you put in $5,007. And of course, for the bigger investors, the people that put more money in, more money will go into trading. But, that's not been decided exactly what percentages. And then if you decide to share this opportunity with other people, you will always be able to, and the whole structure of your community moves from phase one into phase two, and you can just keep on building there, but you won't be able to build in phase one crowdfund anymore, because that phase will be finished. So because crowdfunding will be finished, there is of course also no more equity in phase two, which is the point that you should be aware of, because equity will most likely be something that will very, very positively surprise us when we find out what one share of Endotech will be worth when they actually start being a publicly traded company. So, like I said, to be confirmed, because all the legal procedures are still underway for the global reach. But the goal we are currently looking at is 1st of June to go into phase two. This is just a summary from the last global call about what exactly the new model will look like. The most important thing is that literally this will allow us to promote DAISY publicly around the world, including being featured in the biggest financial news sources. Auditing firms will be able to speak openly about their audits, which at the moment they can't. There will be many, many, let's say, advantages with phase two because of the transparency, because, finally people will stop talking about it being a scam. But if you are more of a pioneering spirit, I would say join us now, because there are bigger advantages in being here early. But if you're more on the safe side, you can also wait for the phase two, where everything will be very, very, very transparent. Let's look at how we can participate. When somebody new wants to join, they need to start with purchasing tier 1, which is a $100 contribution. And I already mentioned, right now tier 1 means tier 1 in crypto and in Forex, so it means actually a $200 contribution. But in each of these, 50% goes into trading and 50% is rewarded to the community. In tier 2, which is the next level that you can purchase, you fund 200. 100 goes into trading and 100 goes to to, 100 goes to the community and 100 goes to the trading. So you have a total of $150 now in trading. And then if you also decide to purchase tier 3, which is another $400 contribution, you actually have 70% now go into trading, meaning that $280 goes into trading and you have a total of $430 now in trading, and you get your first share of equity. So right now, if you want at least one share of Endotech equity, you need to basically fund at least or contribute at least 700 plus the 100, so $800. And then each tier just doubles in value. So if you want to go all the way, you would actually be contributed $102,300 altogether, and you would get for that 128 shares. The shares have now, the value of shares is now higher, so you need to contribute 400 to get one share. When we started, it was just 100, but of course, at that point, nobody knew if the project we are funding will actually see the light of the day, if it will be successful. It was a vision. Now it's pretty much a reality. So of course, the shares are more expensive. It's logical. But we have still 2.5 months of momentum packs.
Tam na unem prejšnjem slajdu imaš ta zadnjo stolpec v slovenščini, si videla celoten prispevek USDT.
Ma ne gre vloge, sem benne videti sploh.
Ja, no to lahko omeniš.
Vsi sem rekla total of 102,300, so doesn't matter.
Ok, to pa čak še neki noč.
Okay. Okay. Okay, let's look at still but right now we still have a very great promotion that we were extremely happy with when it was shared in Dubai, and this is actually a slide from the Dubai presentation. What it's showing us is what we call momentum packs, meaning that anybody who has purchased tier 3 onwards, so this is your tier 1 contribution, $100, this is tier 2, $200, and then the $400, you can actually buy again, only once. Here it shows 3 times because this was the promotion in Dubai, but you can now buy it one more time. And when you do that, 90% of your second purchase of tier 3, which is $400 contribution, will go into trading. The first one, 70% goes into trading, and then the second one, 90% goes into trading. If you go higher to tier 4, again, you can buy just one more tier 4, and it will be again 90%. And then from tier 5, which is 1,600, you can buy the same tier any amount of times, and it will have 90% of the contribution going into trading. So that basically is the summary. So 90% of your second purchase of tier 3 and 4, and then 90% of second, third, fourth, whatever purchase of tier 5, 6, 7. Of course, you first have to be legible for that tier by contributing for the first time, which would have 70% going in. With this, you can actually increase the amount of money that is being traded for you by Endotech with those very good returns that we've had in the past. So it's definitely a big advantage to do this right now if you can afford it, of course. So the really important thing is also that even though 90% of these contributions go into trading, you still get the same number of equity shares as when you are purchasing the regular tiers. So you would get 1 for tier 3, 2 for tier 4, 3 for tier 5, 4 for tier 5, and so on. And now I would just like to touch briefly on the power of compounding interest. I've mentioned it before, but most people don't really understand it. That's actually, compounding is the reason why banks are so rich. I think that would be put simply. But let's look at the scenario 1, where if you right now contribute $110 into DAISY, meaning you would participate in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then buy the momentum pack of tier 3. That would amount to $1,100. You would actually, after 6 months, you would at $1,400 profit. After 1 year, $3,000. After 2 years, $18,000. After 3 years, that is if you're not taking anything out, but every 6 months, the 30% is deducted, which we mentioned before for the performance fee and for the crowd, for the distribution to the community. But still, after 3 years, from just $1,000, you are nearly at $100,000. And then if you leave that in, nearly at $500,000 after 4 years, and after 5 years at nearly $2.5 million, which are just crazy results from literally $1,100, which of course you can take money out sooner, but this is just to see the power of compounding if you don't touch it. And of course, if we take into account that we are making about 4% per week, which at the moment we're making more, but of course previous results are never guaranteed for future. So, this is just a simulation that gives us an idea what can happen, and we take it from there. But if you want to go, let's say, to just under 10,000 right now, which would mean buy tier 1 to tier 5, and then fund one more time tier 3 and tier 4, and then 3 times tier 5 momentum, that would actually add up to $9,100 contribution, which would mean that you would have $7,510 in total in trading. I forgot before to say from the 1,100, it's $790 in trading. So in this second scenario, you have $7,500 in trading, and within 1 year, that actually goes up to nearly 30,000 profit, and within 2 years, 180,000 profit, 3 years, nearly 1 million, 4 years, 4.7 million, and 5 years, 23.6 million. So that's why we are excited about D.AI.SY. And yes, in the 11 months we've been in, it's been over 700% so far. So as a passive contributor, somebody who just wants to put in some money and let's say forget about it to allow the the compounding to take full effect, you actually have 2 ways to benefit. The first one is you will be awarded equity when Endotech goes public. And then, of course, you can either share that equity or you can keep it and receive dividends on their future trading. Or, plus you are then, of course, also receiving the trading rewards, which are the potential profits from the successful trading performance that Endotech is doing with the money that you've put in. So that's why we keep saying that in this crowdfunding model, everybody wins with profits, equity, and income. And like we already mentioned, D.AI.SY is, I like this idea that it's an unshakable organization on the blockchain. So, we basically are holding hands on the blockchain, and we are one team working together that has multiple streams of income. In this presentation, I only touched on Forex, but as I mentioned before, we also have crypto. We also have a brand new partner, Liquid Mining, which is offering completely different, but also very interesting opportunities. And we also have our own launchpad. But I'm not going to go into all of that in this presentation because it would be far too much. All of this information is available on our YouTube channel. What we would just like to bring forward is that it is a huge, huge, huge community and a huge ecosystem of opportunities that will be available to the community that is being built on the blockchain. So it is, once again, transparent, immutable. Now that you know what D.AI.SY is, like I said before, you can decide for yourself if you want to contribute and make your money work for you for a change. Or, of course, you also have the opportunity to share this knowledge or this presentation and this information with your friends and family who you also want to empower. That's the beauty of Daisy being in Dubai, hearing stories shared about how people have helped each other to become financially free. And of course, if you choose that path, you also have an opportunity of earning for helping this community to grow. And there are actually 8 different ways to earn. You have your own personal referrals, meaning these are people who you personally invite to the community. And when somebody joins, you get 5% of whatever contribution of all the tier contributions that they make. You also get 3.5% of all their trading rewards that they receive. So if somebody is, let's say, paid out $100, you will get $3.5 when they receive 100. And you will also get 10% of whatever they receive. So if they receive 100, you will get another additional 10% when they are paid out. Then we have team referrals, which means that you invite some people, but then they invite some people, and altogether we are building a team. When somebody in your team is joining or upgrading their tiers, you get 4%, up to 4%, between 2 and 4% of their contributions. You get 1% of their trading rewards when they withdraw profits. And then there are also special bonus pools, namely Paysetter Gold, Paysetter Leader, Builders Pool, and Achievers Pool. Oops, sorry. And Achievers Pool. For these pools, I'm definitely not going to go into any detail right now, but if you want, we have a video which explains the whole referral plan in a lot of detail. If right now, you're not happy with your job, or you have some free time, or you have good connections, or you just have a lot of people who you want to make happy in a few months' time, then get back to us and we will direct you in the right direction to get more information with regards to this. But Daisy is not one of those systems where you have to invite new people to make money. We are making money from the contribution that we've given to Endotech for trading and for equity. This is an optional extra, a highly recommended optional extra, but still an optional extra. So if you want to join Daisy, then first step you need to do is download your Tron link. You can either download it on your computer as an extension on Chrome, or you can download it as a Tron Link app on your phone. You then need to fund your Tron Link with USDT TRC20 tokens. So USDT is just a term for like a crypto dollar. And the TRC20 is important because we are using the Tron blockchain. And for that, you need also some TRX, which is the Tron token, to cover the gas fees. And then the important thing is always get back to the person who invited you to this presentation or who sent you this presentation, and they should give you their referral link that you use to actually then sign up to the Daisy platform via the smart contract. And then you just basically log in and you purchased your tiers to whatever one you want to go to. But like I said before, you start with 1 and then you can buy 2 and then you can buy 3. You can't skip one, but you can repurchase them. So together we can create history. I hope you will be with us. And just a screenshot, please take a picture of this or pause the video and do read it. We do have to have the disclaimer, we are not financial advisors, and everything you heard is for educational purpose, and then you make your own decision which you stand by. Thank you for listening.